What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to be playing some ladder on Path of Legends using HOG EQ Giant Skeleton Cycle. So this deck finished number 4 on the ladder last season, which shows that it's a really good deck in the meta, and I feel like HOG is one of the most consistent win conditions in the game, meaning no matter whatever the meta is, you can always make it work. So before we head into the first game, if you guys would like to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS in any Supercell game. Thank you guys who do that. Right now we're in League 7, we're pretty close to League 8, so yeah, let's try to get to League 8 by the end of the video. Alright, we found a game here against Savage. So we have HOG in our starting hand, so we'll just immediately go for HOG first play of the game. Okay, I misclicked it. I meant to play it where it jumps over the bridge, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so he goes for a Ghost to counter the HOG. The HOG is going to get 3 hits because he decides not to do anything else, so pretty incredible start. We're just going to go for a Giant Skeleton here. He decides to, wow, get really aggressive, and he's got a HOG of his own, so very off-meta deck here from the looks of it. I got my log ready in case we need to log to take out the Phoenix Egg, but I don't even think we have to do that because, as you can see, the Giant Skeleton was able to come in clutch there, clean that up. So already incredible start to the game. He's using a very strange HOG deck. We're kind of using a, meta HOG deck, and he's using some just kind of strange off-meta one. It's got Prince, Phoenix, whoa, E-Giant. That is crazy. Giant Skeleton here. We're going to take some damage. I think there's not much we could do to avoid that. But at least we, defend alright. We know what he's using now, so now we know we should try to keep the cannon cycle for the E-Giant, and we get good pressure going because his Prince was out of cycle, and his Tornado, so he didn't really have an adequate way of dealing with that Hog Rider, so we get a lot of damage there. I think I'm probably just going to log this Ghost, to be honest, because he already got so much damage in the other lane that I'm kind of fine with him, dealing a bit in this lane. Can't go wrong with dual lane pressure. I'm going to go Ice Spirit Skeletons because I just kind of want to save the cannon for the E-Giant just because of how obnoxious it was to deal with. I think that's the smart thing to do because it's way easier to defend a Hog Rider than an E-Giant. So I think, that's the way to go. We're going to do this. And then we're going to go for, I guess, a cannon here. Unfortunately, the queen is inside of the circle. That is a bit unfortunate, but I guess it's alright. We're going to go for a HOG here. We know he's got a poison now, so yeah, this deck is certainly very, very strange what he's using. Just go Skeletons. Wow, he misclicked the Tornado. This guy is making some pretty big misplays now. Skeletons and Ice Spirit does fully counter the Ghost, as you can see. After the recent, not too recent anymore, but the Ice Spirit got a buff where it freezes 0.5 seconds longer, so the Ice Spirit's very, very good now. And that's why you're commonly seeing it in cycle decks instead of the Fire Spirit, because the Fire Spirit was always used, but after the Fire Spirit nerf and Ice Spirit buff, now you're kind of seeing the reverse of that inside of HOG decks and also in Mortar, typically now. So that's going to be GG. Very, very strange deck for our first game here, but luckily we didn't get too caught off guard, and pretty much after his first E-Giant, I identified, like, okay, I need to save my cannon for that, so we didn't go for cannon on his Hog Rider, and we ended up, yeah, having it ready for his E-Giant, and defended well. Alright, so we're in our next one here against 300 Junior. So we got HOG in our starting hand once again, so we're going to go ahead and just play that again, first play of the game. Get some pressure going, especially if he doesn't have a good response. It's going to be a pretty good play. Log rolling in here. I believe the HOG will actually get a shot if he doesn't do anything. Yeah, there we go. So Earthquake going to be incredible against the Goblin Hut. You occasionally are going to see Goblin Hut now ever since it got that small buff. It's still a pretty bad building, but I think it's somewhat viable now. If you, want to make it work, you probably can. So we're just going to go for a cannon here to defend the Mother Witch because it's also going to be... oh wow, he fireballed that. I wasn't expecting him to. So we just do that. He does send that in the other lane. I think we'll just go HOG. He just spent a lot of elixir. He just went Mother Witch and Fireball, so I think he's kind of low somewhat. I don't think the Furnace fully counters the HOG. I could be wrong. So that should be a connection, especially because he played it in a bad position. I think if he played it a tile lower, he likely could have prevented all the HOG hits, or maybe played it in a way for the other tower to help out, but I think he kind of did a bad placement there, but I don't know for sure. Skeletons at the bridge are good when you know they have Mother Witch because they typically can't react in time. So we'll just go for an Earthquake here on top of the hut, and we'll take the Spear Goblin damage. Unless he decides to support it with something, then we'll defend, of course, but looks like he doesn't. So we'll just go for a hog here to pressure. Ooh, perfect timing, because you might be thinking that's bad because you just played a cannon card, but it's actually good because, as you can see, it still gets a couple hits, and he played a Mother Witch as well, so he just spent so much elixir. I mean, he just spent 9, basically, for 1 4 elixir hog. Giant Skeleton cleans all of this up. I think we even get a little bit of a counter push as well because our tower's helping out. We just go for a queen here to hopefully... Okay, that was kind of a bad queen because I could have waited until the flying machine locked on the giant skelly, but I guess that's all good. Just go for a log here so that way the Mighty Miner doesn't lock on the queen, end up taking the Mighty Miner out. Hog rolling in here. Go for a prediction earthquake because we know that he probably does need to go for a building to defend, and even with those spear goblins coming out there at the end, we're still able to get that connection, and it's looking more and more like this is going to be a relatively easy win here. Not too difficult of a matchup whatsoever. He went for Mother Witch predicting skeletons, but we obviously play them on the other side, so good on our end to not be predictable. Go for a prediction earthquake here on whatever he drops. And that is going to be GG. Just cycle skeletons here. Go for an ice spirit. And yeah, going to be pretty easy. Go for a cannon here. Pretty much doesn't matter what we drop at this point. That's going to be GG. Though flying machine's pretty much the one thing you got to watch out for. That's when you're playing against recruit hogs. That's the one card that can be a problem. So like if you have a queen down in one lane and they go flying machine in the other, obviously because you can only have one champion down at a time, it can be quite a nuisance. Okay, so found our next one here. We got hog in our starting hand again. So 3 times in a row, hog in our starting hand. Love to see it. We'll go hog first play. He's gonna maybe tornado. Yep, he does go for the tornado. You can usually tell when they're waiting that they're gonna go for the tornado. Okay, so tornado is generally going to be a pretty... Usually when they have tornado, it's gonna be a pretty challenging matchup. I mean, there are some exceptions. Like, I don't think Golem does too well against Hog, especially if they don't have Lightning. But E-Giant and Splash Yard are pretty difficult. Probably some of the hardest matchups for this deck. E-Giant, maybe not. I think if you play very well and don't make mistakes, it's not that bad. But Splash Yard is definitely really difficult. If they don't make any major mistakes, there's pretty much no way you're going to win. So I think that log will actually maybe... I was hoping it would push the Dark Prince in the Death Bomb. Unfortunately not. We're going to pressure here. We got the queen, so this is a nice support for the Hog Rider. Oh, you see he tornadoes it backwards instead of tornadoing it to the king, and it's because the queen was there, so it kind of was... You know, it was a pretty big threat, and as a result, he had to take a couple hog hits, so that was a really good push there for us, and it's looking like it's Golem. So like I said, Golem is not too difficult, especially when they're using the Elixir Collector, because you have Earthquake for it, and they don't have Lightning for the Queen, so the Queen gets a ton of value, and the Giant Skeleton is very good against the Golem as well. So we'll just pressure with an Ice Spirit here. Okay, so he is going to go Golem in the back. We can go Giant Skeleton before we play the Cannon. We probably could even go Queen before I play the Cannon too. I don't think he's got Lightning, but just in case, I might space out the Queen and the Cannon. It's better to be safe than sorry. But honestly, in single Elixir, you sometimes don't even need to go for Cannon and Queen to defend. Sometimes, oh wow, that's really lucky. The Lumberjack went in front, and as a result, it's just easy defense. Oh yeah, nice. That was a perfect Queen. It ends up locking on the Phoenix. Oh, that was kind of... Alright, that was kind of bad on my end, but it's not really too big of a deal, I guess. We just go for some pressure here. We got a pretty massive counter push coming in, as you can tell. Giant Skeleton, I actually think, is on the tower, so... did he get that NATO down in time? No, he did not. Yeah, that's pretty much GG now. We just need to pretty much cycle Earthquakes and Logs, and we got it. And his NATO's out of cycle right now, so we can actually just send in a Hog Rider. Yeah, that's tower down. His NATO's out of hand, and he doesn't have any Elixir. So that's GG, and yeah, as I said, Golem is not a difficult matchup at all. I think it's quite easy for Hog. It used to be hard. It used to be difficult, I think, because maybe for 2.6, because you don't have the Giant Skeleton, and you're using Musketeer. But when you got the Queen, just massive difference in your defense. Also, the Ice Spirit buys you so much time. The Ice Spirit is honestly insane. And I think even after the buff and people know it's really good, I still think it's a little underrated. Like, it is actually insane against win conditions. It buys you so much time to defend them. Like, things like Golem, Electro Giant, Balloon, Giant. Like, pretty much any win condition gets stopped right in its tracks for such a long time. I'll see you guys when we find the next one. Sir Vast Cruise. We'll go Hog first play. Do we have Hog in our starting hand every game? I guess we did. So he's got P.E.K.K.A. He does get it down a little late, so we do get one Hog connection. So we're going to go for a Queen in the middle here. Oh, wow. He has Graveyard. I'm going to Earthquake. I played it pretty late because I didn't know if he had a freeze. So not going to lie, though. I'm starting to think I should have played it a little earlier. It's alright, though. We'll just go for the Queen ability here. Oh, his Ewiz goes down, and the best part is he's really low on Elixir now, so he can't afford, like, a, you know, a good Hog counter. He goes Knight. He's got Knight and P.E.K.K.A. in the same deck. That's pretty interesting because they serve a pretty similar purpose. They're both, like, kind of tanks. I mean, obviously, I don't know if that was that good of a zap. This guy certainly likes using the well played. I noticed that. So let's cycle Skeletons in the back here. I guess we'll just go for an Ice Spirit. Okay, he's going to go Archers. Yeah, I don't know what the rest of his cards are. It's a very strange deck. He's probably got some sort of spell. Okay, yeah, there you go. So he does have... I'm going to use the Queen ability just so the Archers don't take her out. And it's going to... If I protect her, it's going to force a, you know, additional response. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get the ability off, but he went for Goblin Gang just to ensure that, so I still think it was worth. And then we just go for a Cannon here to deal with the P.E.K.K.A. We go Ice Spirit. It's going to, like I said, I talked about the Ice Spirit. Do you see how much time it buys you? It's actually insane. So that was a pretty bad Ewiz in my opinion. His P.E.K.K.A's out of cycle, so we just go in here with for a... oh, and he doesn't even block the bridge, so yeah, he just screwed up. We go in for a Hog here. Yeah, he didn't go Goblin Gang because he knew we'd obviously just go for an Earthquake on top of it, so he didn't even bother. We'll just Earthquake now because that's going to get the tower into... And I'll just log now too, why not? Because then when we take the tower, we can just pull the P.E.K.K.A back. It's not even going to cross over the bridge. Do this, and that's basically GG. So yeah, very, very easy matchup. There's honestly not too much he could do. I think, like, he made some mistakes, like that Ewiz, and, like, he could have played a little better, but even if he played, like, perfectly, I think it would have been pretty fat counter. Because I said Graveyard was hard, like, when I was talking about Splash Yard, but for, like, an off-meta Graveyard deck like this, it's generally going to be pretty easy, especially if they don't have a Tornado, which he didn't. So, we had no problem whatsoever. Alright, I guess we'll probably play one or two more games. Alright, found a game here against Joker. We'll go for a Hog here, first play. See what he wants to do. Okay, he's gonna go for a Tornado. Wait, I think I played against this guy earlier. In the video I recorded earlier today. I think he was running E-Giant. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, I think he was running E-Giant. So if he didn't switch, he's probably running Electro Giant. And yeah, sure enough, that is what he's running. Okay, this is hard. Definitely more difficult than Golem, because the Golden Knight is really annoying to deal with, and they got Lightning for the Queen, so it's not easy, but it's winnable if you play very well, and if they make a mistake or anything like that. So I got Ice Spirit if he decides to, yeah, go for the dash. Just cycle Log, I guess. Okay, he already goes E-Giant in the... It's pretty aggressive. I think I'm actually going to go Queen at the bridge. He's probably going to go Tornado. Oh, he Lightnings that. Okay. It's very interesting. That E-Giant in the back felt kind of aggressive. I don't know. I guess we'll just go for a Cannon on defense. And this is going to be, like, really, really easy to defend because he just used his Lightning already. The only thing is, how do I try to punish him for being... very aggressive? I guess we try to go in here maybe with like a Hog push, and then I got Earthquake ready for the Cannon. He'll just Tornado, I guess, but let's go Queen at the bridge here. His cycle's kind of messed up because he's probably going to have to lightning, but I don't know if he can afford it. Oh, yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. His cycle is really bad. He had to go cannon. And even with that cannon, look at all that damage we got. So the reason why that happened was because he decided to go E-Giant in the back, which was, I feel like, very aggressive. He probably should have waited. So we're going to, I think, keep up the pressure here. We go Giant, Skelly at the bridge. Okay, he goes in for the E-Giant. I'm still going to hog, even though he kited, because I feel like this is going to be really easy to defend. We just have to, yeah, we can space everything out here. He used his tornado, so the queen can't be NATO'd into the E-Giant circle. So that was a pretty clean defense there. He's even calling the GG. I wouldn't say it's a good game just yet. He definitely has a chance, but that was, without a doubt, a very good sequence for us. We go hog here to pressure. Yeah, nice. So once again, he just cycled support cards in the back, and especially after that Phoenix, he used a lot of elixir. Oh, we might actually... We should go for the 3 crown this game, I think. Well, I mean, it's honestly I think the smart play at this point. Because look at his king tower. This is wild. We might actually end here with a 3 crown. That is insane. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll go for a log here. I'm gonna go hog to pressure. I'm gonna earthquake actually. And that should... Okay, good. It didn't go on the tower. Nice. Go for a cannon, I guess. Let's go for a hog. Okay, he decides to cannon. And that queen back there can't be NATO'd, so queen behind the tower is a really good play against E-Giant. I think when I was recording a Grand Challenge video, I pointed out that tip. So it's good to play queen behind the tower. We'll go for an earthquake here. Cannon. Oh, he missed the NATO. No, I want to get a 3 crown, but unfortunately... Oh, I should have... Man, I should have, to ensure I got the 3 crown, I shouldn't have gone for a hog like that. I should have maybe just cycled earthquakes, but it's all good. A win is a win, and that's what's important. So, yeah, earlier I lost some games, so we don't make it to League 8, unfortunately. Yeah, so I recorded 2 videos today, and I'm going to record 2 tomorrow, and probably before I record 2 videos tomorrow, I'm going to stream, so... I'm definitely hoping I reach Ultimate Champion tomorrow because I'm going to be playing a lot of games, especially because I'll be streaming earlier. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.